be irulau. Watch your back, a change is gonna get you. Watch your back, a change is gonna get you. Watch your back,
Oh, there's a giant here. It's a coming from the agility. Gotta wash those red hands. It's the crimes of the Badlands. It's the crimes of the Badlands.
Hi, Douglas.
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Not bad. A little bit hoarse today. I hope listeners don't mind.
Yeah, you sound fine to me.
Bit of a drinking day last night.
Oh dear. Yes, I
Throat's
was there.
Still recovering. It was fun.
But I didn't stay till the end.
No.
I was reasonable and went home.
Way
Got
more
myself
reasonable.
home.
Very much more reasonable than me. Welcome everybody to Crimes of the Basque Lands.
Yes.
It's a true crime show with connections to anything Basque in the whole of history.
In all of history.
Because we are going a little bit back in history today. So we're going to talk today about Martín De Alzaga Olavarría, his surname Alzaga, which is actually a place name as well. Well, Alzaga today has about 150 people.
Oh, thriving.
So it's a tiny little place.
Okay,
So,
where is it?
It's a 40k south-ish or southwest-ish from San Sebastian, Donostia.
Okay, so it's Gipuzkoa.
It's Gipuzkoa, yeah. I mean, however, he was born in Alava. Born in 1755.
1755.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time
Historical
ago.
one.
Born to Francisco de Alzaga and Manuela de Olavarría. And he emigrated to Buenos Aires. He arrived there at 11 years old.
Okay.
Only spoke Basque. He eventually became one of the richest people in Buenos Aires and the whole of Argentina.
Wow.
Well, Argentina was not a thing back then.
Right, it wasn't known as.
This is part of the story.
Okay, it wasn't known as Argentina at the time.
Yes, it was El Virreinato del Río de la Plata. So, Spain basically owned all the Americas apart from
right.
Brazil.
Yes.
One was Lima, still Lima, the capital, which is now Peru. And then the Viceroyalty of Rio del Plata, which is the River Plate.
Oh, I don't know.
The river where Buenos
I'm
Aires...
familiar with rivers down in South America. The Amazon, I've heard of, yes.
That's a big one.
It's about the only one I could name.
It's great. You're
South
doing great. It
America.
is... Well, yeah. And unfortunately, I'm going to say, he was not a nice businessman.
Not a lot of them are.
No.
If you're if you're one of the richest,
In the
you're probably
1700s,
kind of an asshole.
his business was slaves
Oh,
and cloth and arms.
oh God!
So he's in everything.
What a combo!
He's in everything. You can't
Jesus.
be the nicest person in the world.
No, cannot.
He married in 1780. He married Maria Magdalena Carrera. And they together had 13 children.
Oh my God, that poor woman.
Typical number, I guess, for those times.
Not really. They all survived, or they just...
It doesn't say, but he was rich, so we can assume a lot of them
Yeah, but
did.
still, in those times, 13 survived.
In 1783, he travels to Spain. When he returns to Buenos Aires, he starts working in government. At first, he was protector of the poor. That was his title. During this time, oddly enough, I think you will agree with me, all exports to Spain were done through Lima, Peru, which is now Peru, or I forget the name of the port on Mexico. So it was through those two ports. Okay. All of North and South America, goods had to go through those ports. So from Argentina, they had to cross the Andes.
Oh my God.
So it
Is
was
there an easier way?
totally inefficient. Totally inefficient. And what else? Yeah. Yeah, it's a
there's no
mess.
other way?
No, apart
There's
from
no
that,
other way to do it?
apart from that, all those cities and people were not officially allowed to buy from anyone else but Spain. So they're all like their own captive markets. The name of this economic system is mercantilism, and it doesn't work.
Mercantilism.
Basically, yeah, all the empires were, that was their, they figured out if they prohibited their colonies from kind of buying and selling with other countries, they would have to buy and sell from the capital, and that was going to give money to the capital, which it did, but it kind of put all of the colonies in very difficult situations because there weren't enough goods and they were way too expensive, they weren't good quality, so there was a ton of contrabands the whole time.
Of course.
Tons of contrabands. So he started in government. He was eventually elected mayor.
Of Buenos Aires.
Alcalde, yeah. Mayor of Buenos Aires. During this time, he was not a good guy. He went after the Italian and the French because they were spreading ideas about enlightenment.
You mean the French and Italian citizens of Buenos Aires? Or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, citizens,
French descendants.
people who live there.
Yeah. Italian descendants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're spreading ideas about the French Revolution.
Oh.
And that's what he said. Well, it's true, but that's,
That's their thing, It's their right.
So, yeah. And he
wanted to squash that.
people were happy with, the establishment was happy with how he was dealing with things. A little bit of context in the world. This is 1804, okay? So in 1804, we have the first independence of a colony in the world, which was Haiti. So they declared independence from France because they were convinced by the ideas of the French Revolution that everyone is equal.
Yeah. All right, Haiti.
So they got their medicine nice and quick. In a way. It's a very sad story because they're
I know.
still paying for their debt today. But, U.S. 1776...
Boom, in your face.
They're also, the context is of colonies thinking about kind of their rights, right? And how to go forwards. Napoleon comes to power.
Okay.
In 1807, Napoleon starts the Peninsular War. What's that? Yeah, so he supposedly wanted to invade Portugal. The thing was that on paper, Napoleon had signed an agreement with the king in Spain, asking the king of Spain to let them go through Spain to attack Portugal.
Okay.
They started attacking Spain, not Portugal.
They're like, what? Tricked ya. Here we are.
Yeah. So the king was taken away by Napoleon, the king of Spain. So, the colonies are like, what do we do? What do we do? They kind of...
Are we French now?
Exactly. And then England is turning up and saying, well, if France has got Spain, I've got a right...
That's not fair.
I'm going to take over Spanish
The
territory.
US...
So this is one of the first time... Well, a time where Martín De Alzaga is going to shine a little bit.
Okay.
So because he's trading in arms... and he's
that's right.
the richest person in town, he organizes to fight back against the English. The English actually managed to take Buenos Aires.
Damn, so they showed up all the way?
Yeah, a couple of ships and some soldiers, and they just go up to the office, and we're in power now. They try.
So easy those days.
Yeah. They go around and confiscate everybody's weapons, but of course, Martín de Alzaga, he rents various houses around the main central plaza in Buenos Aires.
Okay.
And he sets up workshops to fix and clean up guns. And smuggles people in and out, and they're cleaning and setting up, and he's creating an army.
Oh.
Well, what did they call it? It was
Sounds more like a militia, guerrilla.
it was a good I looked up the name. I forget these military terms, but it was about 800 people.
Okay.
Yeah. Financed from his own pockets.
Oh, well.
There was some Biscayan fighters, then there was some Catalan fighters,
Okay.
and there was a group of Galicians.
Okay, so all these very independent-minded.
They are today, but
Yeah.
they're all fighting for the crown. In this,
That's true.
In
Yeah.
this, well,
Well, just against the English.
against English,
basically,
against English, yeah. And this is actually, it's an interesting point. Is, are they fighting for the king of Spain, or are they fighting for the colonies' right
Yeah.
to self-determination?
Like, well, we can't have another fucking crown take us over.
So the attempts of the English to kind of clear Buenos Aires of guns didn't really work because Alzaga had enough stash, and they defeat the English in like a day.
Wow.
So I think it was a day, it might be two, but it was very fast. They won.
Wow.
So as you can imagine, Mr. Alzaga,
A hero.
he's in a nice place right now. Mm-hmm. And so he goes into government again, and we're gonna take a break. And we're back.
We're back.
So where are we here? The English have been kicked out. He's kind of a hero. So in 1808, there's a cabildo. So it's like this meeting who's the government. Is presided by Alzaga. So he's kind of the president of the cabildo. And he also recognizes the Junta de Sevilla. The Junta de Sevilla is at this point is basically the government of Spain. So he does recognize the junta, and he says they are, the legitimate rulers of the colony. Yeah.
Okay.
They create a junta, the first junta of Buenos Aires now. And this is considered kind of like...
And they are supposed to be like who speaks for the crown?
The junta?
The juntas?
Well, the junta of Seville speaks for the king of Spain. But
This junta
by making a junta in Buenos Aires is almost like creating a government in Buenos Aires.
Oh.
So they're kind of separating from Spain.
All right.
They still swear loyalty to the king. But, it's just a line. So how loyal are they, right?
Yeah.
There's no direct orders from anyone saying what they should do, so they just kind of go with what they want to go.
Okay.
So one of the things that the junta is doing is now fighting against royalists who are like, you don't have a right to make a junta, just follow Seville.
Okay.
And so basically it's where Peru and Bolivia are right now, where these royalists are. Mm-hmm. And it is a bit confusing because he did swear loyalty to the king as well.
Yeah.
Right? He's not like clearly against the king, but they don't like the idea that there's a junta.
Okay.
So it's the revolution of January the 1st, 1809. Liniers, Liniers, and Alzaga became the heroes of the day. But soon they had a mutual conflict. Kind of one of the problems was that Liniers was French. And Spain had declared war on Napoleon Bonaparte's France. Mm-hmm. So on January 1st, Alzaga organized a revolution to depose Liniers, who had been, because he was the hero of the kind of kicking out the English. Because he was the hero of kicking out the English, he was elected the leader of the junta or something. He was just the leader.
Okay.
And Alzaga did not like this. So he took his regiments.
Oh, so the military leader that was French was appointed as the leader of the junta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he was leader of the junta. He's in power in any case. Mm-hmm. To depose him. And he took his Gallegos, his Miñones de Cataluña, and the Biscanos, all Spaniards. And that's important because the Spaniards have interest in Spanish things and keeping things as they are, let's say.
Yeah.
And then the kind of, they call them criollos, the Creoles. That's everybody who's born in
the colonies.
In the colonies, yeah. And they would like to be able to commerce with the whole world and buy and sell freely, amongst other things. So Alzaga organized a protest against the viceroy. So yeah, Ligné became the viceroy, which is the top. So it's not even, he can convene a junta, but he's above the junta. He tried to force Ligné to resign, and in his place he would name a junta managed by the Spaniards. Alzaga was sent to prison. On the 1st of July 1812, the government discovered a plot of Spaniards against the first triumvirate. Although Alzaga tried to take down Ligné, Ligné won.
Sent him to prison.
But Alzaga eventually got pardoned. Perhaps also because he is a Spaniard, like as in he was born in Spain.
Right.
This guy Rivadavia, who is now the government, was rejected by Alzaga for one of the times he formed a junta or something. Right? So he holds resentment. So they thought on the 5th anniversary of the defense against the British that Alzaga was going to try and overthrow the government. But there's no proof this ever existed. This is,
they accused him of plotting the overthrow.
Yeah, it was just really Rivadavia.
Those are the criminal charges levied against him?
Yeah, the only proof was one slave who said he heard his master plotting against.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, flimsy.
It's
because he couldn't just threaten a slave, say this.
Yeah. So during this investigation, Secretary Rivadavia, based on dubious proof and confessions, extended to the accusations against Alzaga and his co-conspirators. Alzaga was arrested, tried, and condemned to death, along with other people. 40 people were executed. Well, here it says more than 30. Another place I read 40, and he was executed on the 6th of July 1812 in Buenos Aires. The bodies were then hanged and left in Plaza de la Victoria for 3 days.
So gross back then.
It's 1812.
Look what can happen to you.
Basically that's the end of his life, and I'm still conflicted. He's clearly a terrible person, but he also,
when you get involved with these kind of things, it's kind of the bargain you make with it, right? Like, if you're going to get involved in all of this mess, somebody might betray you, or, if you're...
Yeah, politics, right?
Right.
And in these days,
anybody can fall at any time.
Yeah. He wasn't a very good guy. There's, when he was in government, there was instances of him just basically beating people up. Not him personally, just telling people this, the police to beat people up. To get them to behave better and stuff like that. He didn't have great...
He's not a moral guy.
Yeah. And one of the interesting things is you kind of think, well, maybe we can learn after death what he thought, right?
Okay.
Maybe through his family.
To find his, what happened to his 13 children?
So it's a tiny little afternote, but what is interesting is that Felix de Alzaga became a military person.
That's his son.
Yeah, and very much pro-independence for Argentina.
Okay.
Self-governing Argentina. However, Cecilio, a great defender of the crown, to the last days.
That's his other child.
Another child, yeah. But I think it's such an interesting story of a person who didn't even speak Castilian when he got there.
That's true.
Right?
He only showed up speaking Basque.
Became the richest man in Argentina.
Boom.
It wasn't Argentina, but...
Right.
Definitely.
When did Argentina become Argentina? Do you know?
Yes, I wrote it down. They declared independence in 1816 on the 9th of
Oh,
July.
not too long after he died.
Yeah, he died in 1812, sorry.
So do you think he would have been... Oh, 1916. 1816.
Sorry.
So 4 years after he died.
Yeah.
And that's what he... Yeah, so you don't know if he really would have wanted that or if he would have wanted to stay as a colony.
Exactly. It was very ambiguous. It was very ambiguous because it was like, yeah, we swear loyalty to the king, but at the same time...
There's no way to know.
Yeah, they were very independent-minded. I hope it's been an interesting kind of look at a Basco in the world.
You were going to tell me the etymology of his surname.
True, I kind of like it because Alzaga in Basque, it's the name of the town today with a TZ, not just a Z.
TZ is TZ, Saga. That makes that sound.
Saga, right? Alzaga. And Alza is, I wrote it here, it's an alder. It's a kind of tree. So
Older.
Alder with an AL.
Alder. Alder. Okay.
So aga, every aga means place of.
Okay.
So Alzaga.
Ariaga. Place of sand?
No.
No, what was it?
Arri
Oh,
as
that's
in
I don't know.
Stones. Place of stones.
Okay.
Stony place.
Still got a lot of work to do, but...
So yeah, Alzaga, the place of alders, which is in the birch family, which is a bit more of a known plant, I think.
Yeah, I've never heard of an alder tree, but...
The birch with the white.
Birch, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of the alders also have kind of white bark. Not all of them though. Depending on the age, maybe younger ones have white, and then it becomes.
There's no way to know.
I'm
just kidding.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, well, you can tell. You know, he was the richest man in Argentina.
Yeah.
So there's actually a lot of descendants that did different things, and like you know, racer.
Do you have any info on that?
Just one. The one that I stuck out, and I can't remember his first name, but he was known as the richest man in the U.S.
What?
Yeah, he lived in California.
These guys.
Classic playboy.
These guys.
Classic playboy. So I'm
ruining
thinking
lives everywhere.
could be a fun feature story.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You should.
So I'm gonna call
a playboy, eh?
Yeah.
In California.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Classic. In the 40s.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Good period too.
There should be some interesting stories there. Did you enjoy the beginning of the birth of Argentina?
I did. I had no idea. It was a Basco.
It's so.
I didn't even know there's a Basco involved.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, he was important.
I mean, this podcast, folks, is going to be shedding some serious light on how the Basques are really, truly taking over the world.
Yeah.
And have been for a long time.
They've been central. They've been central to a lot of things.
So I have a mini crime time.
You do
for this week.
Tell.
Well, one of which we found last night. Remember, Douglas and I were out. We mentioned at the beginning of the episode. We went out last night.
Yeah.
And we were in...
Don't remember any crimes right now?
One of our favorite bars, Nervion.
Mm-hmm.
And we had put stickers...
Oh, it's true.
In the bathrooms, because
there's
lots of stickers all over the. You know, we weren't vandalizing anything.
No,
but we had put our podcast stickers on the doors of the bathrooms.
Other stickers,
with all his And I go into the women's bathroom, and it was peeled off. Like they had peeled off the part that said Basque Lands.
Oh,
so I think because it was in English.
Oh,
all it said was crime, and then at the bottom podcast.
Oh, right.
So you didn't know what the name of the podcast was, and it was like somebody tried to scrape it off.
Oh, interesting.
So I just stuck a new one over the old one. And then in the men's bathroom, they took it off completely, right? Yeah.
I was like...
So I'm curious, like, if it's because it's in English.
But I'm like...
And it's kind of a, like, you know, very Basco bar and things that are... There's all the other stickers are, like, pretty political, or they're, like...
Feminist.
Yeah. So,
But I was like,
I'm wondering if that's why.
I almost was like proud. I was like, oh, I think they might have wanted it. Maybe they liked it. Maybe they thought it was cute.
Maybe
Maybe they put it on their like folder and they're going around uni with Crimes of the Basque Lands in their folder the whole day.
Well, if anybody wants us to send you some stickers, we can do that.
Absolutely.
Then you can put them all over wherever you want.
Cute. Well, that was this podcast.
Yes.
Today.
Thanks
Hope
for
you guys
listening.
enjoyed.
So yeah, send us an email if you want to send us story ideas. Or your recordings of your mini crime time. So, we're at crimesofthebasquelands.com. No, well, that's our website.
Yeah.
crimesofthebasquelands.com. Where you can
email.
find links to episodes. And the email is crimesofthebasquelands@gmail.com. We're on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
We're not really on Facebook right now, but we're thinking about going back up. So, yeah. Thank you for joining us today. We are very grateful. We just had Thanksgiving, so we're grateful for for listening to us.
Yes, thank
ramble
you,
on
everybody,
about stuff.
for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank you for encouraging us to tell more stories.
Yes, it's a lot of fun for us. So.
It is lovely.
And we're really happy to have anyone listen. So thanks for listening.
Living and learning.
Yeah. All right, Dougal. Well, I guess now it's time to bid you Agur. Crimes of the Basque Lands is written and produced by
Douglas D. Carvalho,
Julie Garcia.
I'm Megan Dooley.
The sound and editing for each episode by
Douglas D. Carvalho,
I'm Megan Dooley.
Theme song written by
Douglas D. Carvalho,
Julie Garcia.
I'm Megan Dooley.
Sung by the choir with no name and produced by Tom Squires. Podcast art by Distinct Signal. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Crimes of the Basque Lands and contact us at crimesofthebasquelands@gmail.com with story ideas worldwide which have a connection to the Basque Country or any rave reviews. If you like our podcast, please subscribe, like, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, Agur!